All right, let me start the if anybody has music or you want to sing, go ahead and do that.
Good evening. Next slide, please. Next slide. Before we begin the ceremony, let me remind you that please be courteous to other participants for our presentation by using mute when not speaking. This ceremony is being simultaneously broadcasted on Facebook Live and recorded to share with your friends and family when we are not who are not able to attend. Please enjoy the ceremony. Ms. Ann Bugliani, Ms. Carolyn Furumoto, Mr. Tak Furumoto, Ms. K or Dr. K Hirabayashi, Ms. Lynn Kanaya, Dr. Cynthia Macri, Dr. Matthew Ma, Mr. Vincent Matsui, Ms. May Nakamoto, Mr. Robert Nakamoto, Ms. Betsy Volkak, Mr. Bob Volkak, Mr. Terashima, Mrs. Mary Murakami, Mr. Gerald Yamada, Ms. Neat Ford, Mrs. Krista Rosa, Ms. Georgette Furukawa, scholarship recipients and their families, executive council members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 14th annual Japanese American Veterans Association Memorial Scholarship Award Ceremony. My name is Jason Kuroiwa, a veteran, and I'm honored to serve as your Master of Ceremonies. Your Java Memorial Scholarships continue to benefit a range of high school seniors, graduate, undergraduate, and postgraduate students. Today, Java is awarding a total of $27,500 in scholarships to 16 students. Next slide, please. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the Japanese American Veterans Association, Mr. Gerald Yamada.
Thank you, Jason. First, I want to start by thanking Krista Rosa and the Scholarship Committee for their hard work. Every year, this event becomes more challenging because we have more and more students applying. And we also owe a great deal of gratitude to the sponsoring families who have financially supported the scholarships. And so thank you for your generosity in supporting this effort. And wish to convey my congratulations to all the winners. You should be proud to have been selected. You're being awarded a scholarship based upon merit, and you did it. It's based upon your hard work. And it is a competitive process because we do have more applicants than we have scholarships. We always wish we had more scholarships, but that's something we work on. To the scholarship winners, I hope you enjoy your college years. It's a first major step toward adulthood. You will meet new friends, grapple with new ideas, and have new freedoms. But don't forget why you're going to college, and that is to learn. I know from my personal experience, I learned optimism and patience from my college years. 60 years ago, when I started as a college freshman, and every year thereafter, when the new academic year starts, I have been optimistic that the Cal Bears will go to the Rose Bowl. And every year when I'm disappointed, I have the patience to wait for the next season. So I hope you don't have that type of trauma in your life as I have had mine. But anyway, good luck to all the winners. We wish you the best of luck in your academic careers. And we really do ask you to keep in touch with Java. We have a financial investment in your future, and we want to wish you all the very best and the best of everything. Thank you. Jason, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you, sir. It is now my privilege to introduce Mary Tamaki Murakami, Mary Murakami was 14 when her family was forced to move from California to Topaz internment camp in Utah. Today, this retired microbiologist regularly gives conversations in which she shares her own experience. I apologize, we have some technical challenges, but we'll get through it. I think we're almost there. Sorry for the delay.
Okay. Another year has passed as I introduced myself, Mary Tamaki Murakami, a friend of Java's. The privilege to speak to the 2022 Outstanding Scholarship winners is a privilege extended to me by the Java Scholarship Committee. You are very fortunate to have a strong academic and social life as you approach your goals in the higher academic fields. This was not true for Japanese Americans during World War II. I remember when the Order of 9066 was signed on February 19, 1942. Education was first curtailed by the curfew, followed next an order to evacuate to the Tampran Racetrack Assembly Center, where education stopped until internees set up a learning center. Finally, so-called formal education was started at the Topaz concentration camp. As a senior, there were not enough academic courses for me, so filled in with ninth grade classes. You do not have to take a civics course to know that you are by birth a citizen of that country. But when the presidential signature and the government ordered us segregated, our status became non-aliens with no civil rights. We followed orders to be interned, trying to be good citizens, but a loyalty questionnaire was sent to each family in camp starting in spring of 1943. Question 27 and 28 really bothered me and many other non-alien internees because it questioned our loyalty. I was still in high school and could only voice my objections, but the older internees decided to volunteer for the Army to prove their loyalty and became part of the segregated 442nd Regiment. Many years has gone by, but I remember walking home from school between the barracks and seeing the blue stars in the barrack windows, but stopping for a prayer thought when the star was gold. As the recipient of the Java Scholarship, not only gives you a monetary gift, but a gift to help in your character building from the knowledge of the courage and loyalty to country of the Japanese American youth at a critical period in history. Thank you and enjoy the school of your choice.
It is now my honor to introduce Mr. Terry Shima, who served in the famed U.S. Army's 442nd Regimental Combat Team. His tireless efforts in the Japanese American Veterans Association as our executive director and still serving as distinguished fellow, preserving the legacy of the contributions of the World War II Nisei generation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Terry Shima.
My name is Terry Shima, and these are comments as requested by Chris. Last year, I described how Nisei as a group confirmed Japanese American loyalty and contributed to President Truman's issuing Executive Order 9981 on July 28, 1948. This landmark executive order abolished discrimination in the armed forces and allowed minorities to compete equally for any position and rank. This enabled General Eric Shinseki, a Sansei, to achieve the 4-star general's rank and be appointed commanding general of the U.S. Army, a position once held by General George C. Marshall. Today, I will speak on what a few Nisei and Sansei did individually to enhance the Japanese American cause. Let me begin. Tech 5 James Okubo of Seattle, Washington, and also Tule Lake Detention Center served in the 442nd as a medic. In fall 1944, in the Vosges Forest area of France, Okubo, unarmed and unprotected except for his Red Cross armband, administered medical aid to 25 Nisei under combat conditions. After the battle, Okubo noticed 3 enemy soldiers on the ground, one being barely alive. Okubo treated him, saving his life. Okubo was recommended at that time for the Medal of Honor. However, the awards committee downgraded the award to Silver Star, saying medics don't qualify because they don't carry weapons. In May 1945, Senator Daniel Akaka requested a review of Okubo's files, and that review resulted in the upgrade to Medal of Honor. Tech Sergeant Hoichi Kubo of Maui served in Saipan in late July 1944 as a military intelligence service linguist with the 27th Infantry Division. Kubo was told armed Japanese soldiers were holding 120 Japanese civilians in a cave, holding them hostage. After 2 hours of negotiation, Kubo obtained the release of the civilians. The 8 soldiers also surrendered. Corporal Hershey Miyamura, 3rd Infantry Division, received the Medal of Honor for his action on April 4, 1951, near Taijeon-ni, Korea. Miyamura, a machine gun squad leader, killed 10 Chinese, knocked out 2 enemy gun emplacements, administered first aid to the wounded, held off the enemy while his squad withdrew. He became a prisoner of war of China and received the Medal of Honor upon release. Lieutenant Jean Takahashi, who spoke Korean and Japanese, served 2 tours in Korea. The first during the occupation following World War II, and the second during the Korean conflict. In November 1950, Takahashi's 2nd Infantry Division was located in the Yalu River area. His platoon was overrun by the Chinese, and Takahashi and his master sergeant were taken prisoners. They jumped the guards. Takahashi was killed. The sergeant was killed. Takahashi escaped. Takahashi befriended a villager who gave Takahashi a set of peasants' clothing. Takahashi joined the villagers in their trek south, passing armed Chinese soldiers. At a safe area, Takahashi peeled off and found his way to Kuniori to unite with his Company L, which was down to 4 men. He helped rebuild and train Company L, and 4 months later, the unit returned for combat duty. Takahashi was shot and bleeding, could not be reached by medics due to intense enemy fire. He saved his life by applying a tourniquet on himself that he learned as a Boy Scout. Staff Sergeant Edward Kaneshiro saved his platoon from a deadly ambush in Vietnam on December 1, 1966. He single-handedly assaulted and cleared a trench line and bunkers that were pinning down his unit. He was killed 5 months later and was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. Spec 5 Dennis Fuji, a medical evacuation helicopter crew chief, was flown to Laos to care for wounded South Vietnamese troops. As they landed under intense enemy fire, the pilot and co-pilot were wounded. A rescue chopper arrived and Fuji waved the chopper to go, leaving him the only American behind. Fuji spent the next 2 days in Laos. When it appeared the South Vietnamese battalion would be overrun, Fuji requested a barrage of artillery fire as cover for air evacuation for himself and South Vietnamese troops. Fuji received the Medal of Honor. On his second tour in Vietnam, Sergeant First Class Rodney Yano, an air crewman with the 11th Cavalry Regiment in the Bien Hoa area, Yano's chopper was under severe attack from North Vietnamese troops below that ignited phosphorus grenades and ammo the chopper was carrying. By dumping out the grenades and ammo, Yano saved the chopper and men, but he died from severe wounds, severe burns. On April 7, 1970, Yano's parents received the Medal of Honor posthumously. This ends the presentation. My
Ladies
name
and
is Terry.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the chairwoman of your scholarship committee, Mrs. Krista Rosa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris DeRosa, and I'm happy to be with you today. Thanks so much for joining us. Java has been very pleased to offer scholarships to college students since 2009, when they started with 3 scholarships. A year later, they increased that scholarship amount to 6 scholarships. And now in 2022, we are offering 16 scholarships with a total value of $27,500. The descendants of World War II Nisei veterans and children of Java members can apply for any of these scholarships. And for the Inouye Scholarship, we also open the applications to members, current or former members of the U.S. Army 100th Battalion 442nd Infantry, as well as those who are attending college, enrolled in college or university ROTC programs. And thanks to the generosity of the families, we're very, very pleased to have the following scholarships offered. The first 3 scholarships are offered to students who have completed at least 1 year of college. The Daniel K. Inouye Memorial Scholarship was established to honor the late Senator Daniel K. Inouye, who grew up in Honolulu, Hawaii. In 1943, he left the University of Hawaii, where he was studying medicine, and joined the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. Senator Inouye attained the rank of 2nd lieutenant. He was gravely injured in combat and received the Congressional Medal of Honor many decades later in 2001. After the war, Inouye completed his law degree. He served in the Hawaii Territorial Legislature and was elected to Congress when Hawaii became a state in 1959. A few years later, he became Hawaii's senator. The Daniel K. Inouye Scholarship, in the amount of $3,000, is awarded to an undergraduate or graduate student who will be seeking a career in the military or in public service. And the Inouye Memorial Scholarship, in the amount of $3,000, is awarded to Kiera Keiko Hirayama. Kiera calls New York City home now, but grew up in Honolulu. She will be attending Case Western University to get her DNP, doctorate degree in nursing educational leadership. She already holds a Master's of Science degree in nursing clinical management from Columbia University. She has been serving as a registered nurse in the NICU at New York Presbyterian Medical Center, and she also instructs at Columbia University. Kiara is a granddaughter of Robert T. Hirayama, who served in the 442nd. Here's an excerpt from Kiara's essay. My future aspirations align with improving healthcare and nursing education. This means ensuring that future nurses are providing quality care through cultural and religious competence and an emphasis on public health. I want to assist nursing schools in improving the admissions process to include more diversity. Representation is important, and I believe that positions in academia need to include women of Asian ancestry. Our next scholarship is the Ishio Founder Scholarship, which was established in honor of Phil Sunao Ishio, his wife Connie, and their son Doug Ishio. Mr. Ishio was born in Berkeley, California, and grew up in Salt Lake City. He attended college in Utah and in Japan, but returned to the US as World War II approached. He was drafted into the Army in 1941, then volunteered for the MIS language school. He served for the MIS for 6 years in the Pacific during World War II and beyond. After he earned his bachelor and master's degrees from Georgetown University, he joined the CIA, and later he worked at the FDA. Mr. Ishio was a founder of Java and served as its first president. Phil's wife, Constance, grew up in Montana. She received her BA degree in early childhood education from Colorado State Teachers College in Greeley, Colorado. She was active as a community volunteer, including a reading program for young children. She loved to cook and was known for her peanut brittle and blueberry muffins. The SHIO Founder Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 is awarded to a student who has completed at least 2 years of college. And this year, the recipient of that scholarship is Elizabeth Uno. Elizabeth calls Berkeley, California, her home now. She is attending the University of California at Berkeley and plans to get a Master of Public Policy in 2023. She received her Master's in Education in 2015 and has served as a teacher, consultant, and researcher. She is also active in the JACL in Berkeley. She is the granddaughter of Iwao Henry Tamura, who served in the 442nd, and also Dick Uno, who served in World War II. Elizabeth writes, "Throughout my life, I have demonstrated my ambition to achieve as a woman of color, dedication to my community, and passion for educating underserved children. I desire to create equitable change for the most marginalized public school students via a career in public policy. Iwao Tamura, my maternal grandfather, served on the 442nd Regimental Combat Team and taught me to always go for broke. My paternal grandfather, Dick Uno, inspired me to pursue a career in education. The Java Ishio Founder Scholarship would be a significant way to honor their service, sacrifice, and guidance." Our next scholarship is the Kyoko Tsuboi Topkin Legacy Scholarship, which is awarded to a student who has completed at least 1 year of college. It is awarded in the amount of $2,000. Mrs. Tsuboi Topkin grew up in Oregon and attended school in Japan. She returned to the US in 1940. Her family was incarcerated at Minidoka Incarceration Camp in Idaho. Because of her language skills, she was able to leave the camp to work in Ann Arbor, Michigan, to assist in Japanese language training to support the war effort. Later, she moved to New York, where she worked for the Tribune, Register, and New York Times newspapers. After her husband's death, she returned to Portland, Oregon. She long admired World War II Nisei soldiers. Her estate continues to be a major source of funding for Java's education program, which educates people about the contributions of the 100th, 442nd, and the MIS. On February 6, 2009, Java President Bob Nakamoto presented Mrs. Topkin with Java's highest award, the Courage, Honor, and Patriotism Award for outstanding service to the community. The Kyoko Tsuboi Topkin Legacy Scholarship is awarded to Nicole Tanaka of San Gabriel, California. Nicole is planning to attend UCLA as a third-year student with a major in design and media arts. She's completed 2 years at Pasadena City College, where she maintained a 4.0 GPA. Nicole has created many podcasts and videos for businesses and her school. She's created her own personal YouTube channel, which has many, many followers. Nicole is a daughter of Java member John Tanaka. Nicole writes, "With Mrs. Topkin's scholarship, I'm able to humbly carry on their stories to future generations in order to create a sense of unity and a solidarity among the API-DA community. For years, I've been a medium of voice for many groups, organizations, and businesses. In this way, I'm able to be a part of the community and elevate other people's dreams they worked so hard for. Ganbatte still serves as a motto for my work ethic." And now we'll continue to our memorial scholarships, which are awarded to graduating high school students who will be starting college in the fall. These scholarships are awarded in the amount of $1,500, and we're pleased to offer 13 of them this year. The Memorial Mum Ari'i Memorial Scholarship. This was established by his grandson, Dr. Matthew Ma. Dr. Ma received the Daniel K. Inouye Scholarship back in 2014. He established a scholarship to honor his grandfather, Mum Ari'i, and to thank Java for its support of students and veterans. Mum grew up in California. In 1942, he and his family were incarcerated at Gila River Camp in Arizona. After his brother William joined the 100th Battalion, Mum enlisted and joined the 442nd Infantry. He earned a Purple Heart for injuries he suffered during the war. Later, he married his sweetheart, Masayo, and they settled in California, where he managed the Mariani Fruit Packing Company for over 50 years. He devoted much of his spare time to the San Jose Buddhist Church. And the Mum Ari'i Memorial Scholarship is presented to Miss Madeline Doi of Playa del Rey, California. She will be studying bioengineering at UCLA. She's a community volunteer and has participated in cross-country and basketball. She has done several internships in the medical field. Madeline is the grandniece of Hiroshi Kamamura of the 442nd. She writes, winning a Java scholarship will remind me of the legacy of the Japanese-American World War II veterans and the sacrifices they made to give me the life I have today, but also the work that still needs to be done. I realize I must continue to share the stories with others in order to keep the memory and legacy of the war veterans, like my great uncle Hiroshi, alive long after they are gone. The immense sacrifices they made for our country cannot be forgotten, and it is our job to ensure that this never happens. Next, we have the Dr. Americo Bugliani Memorial Scholarship, which was established in honor of his liberator, Paul Sakamoto. Americo Bugliani was born in the United States, but he was a 12-year-old boy in his family's hometown of Italy when the Germans invaded that town. It was a time of great hunger and cold. One day he met an American soldier who gave him his first toothbrush, a tube of Colgate toothpaste, his army cap, and a photo of himself in front of a Jeep. That GI was Paul Sakamoto. Americo said that this was his only day of happiness during the war. He kept that picture in his wallet for many years. Decades later, Dr. Bugliani began searching for that GI, and eventually he found Paul Sakamoto. He was able to fly with his wife to the big island of Hawaii and reunited with his childhood hero. Mr. Sakamoto served admirably with the 100th Battalion and the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. Dr. Bugliani was himself a Korean War veteran. He earned 2 degrees in comparative literature and taught at the University of Illinois. He also had businesses in the travel industry and jewelry business. He was very honored to be chosen commander of the American Legion Chicago Nisei Post 1183. Later, Dr. Bugliani returned to Italy with his wife, Dr. Anne Bugliani. But that wasn't enough. He thought they should do more. So he persuaded his fellow villagers to erect a statue to honor Sadao Munemori, who earned the Medal of Honor in Pietrasanta, Italy. This beautiful monument by the world-renowned sculptor Marcello Tomasi depicts Munemori, who was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for his death, his heroic death on the Gothic line. The Bugliani Sakamoto Scholarship is presented to Raisen Ujimori of Aiea, Hawaii. Raisen is planning to attend the University of California in San Diego. He has devoted his life to baseball and played on his high school varsity baseball team. He has been a Special Olympics volunteer for many, many years. Raisen was valedictorian of his class. He is a great-grandnephew of Katsumi Komitani of the 100th Battalion. Raisen wrote, winning a Java scholarship would mean a lot to me because it will help me take the next step in my academic journey and in my life. It will be a personal reminder to me that hard work and effort can help you achieve almost any goal you set for yourself. Beginning at a young age, I struggled in school. Sports helped me through this big rough patch in my life. Understanding and realizing that school is much like baseball really helped me overcome these challenges. In baseball, when I fail, I never give up. I keep trying to improve and get better. I realize that that is how I should be in school. I understand and appreciate the sport I love for ensuring me that I took care of what was and always is the most important, school. Next, we have the Carolyn Namie Furumoto Memorial Scholarship. Carolyn and Tak Furumoto met in California while he was training there at the MIS. Their courtship continued in California and also in Japan, where both of their families had their roots. They got married. They celebrated their 50th year anniversary just this past January. Tak considers Carolyn his rock and credits her with helping him through physical and mental challenges. She helped him establish the Furumoto Realty Company in New Jersey, where they were honored with community awards. Tak established this scholarship not just to honor his wife, but to honor all military spouses, unsung heroes whose love, care, and devotion often go unnoticed. And the scholarship is awarded to Miss Claire Nelson. Claire hails from Exeter, California. She'll be studying nutrition at the University of California at Davis. She enjoys tennis and ice skating, as well as various arts such as beading and sketching. She is an accomplished harpist. Claire is a granddaughter of Takashi Torakawa from the MIS. She writes that the legacy of Nisei veterans will live on through their descendants and all the lives they have influenced. The Nisei story of sacrifice, incredible bravery, integrity, and perseverance will never be forgotten as long as we never forget. I will do my best to never forget their stories and keep their ideals alive. I will live bravely, kindly, and beautifully, a representation of the Nisei legacy. Ranger Grant Hirabayashi Memorial Scholarship. Grant Hirabayashi was a native of Washington State. He enlisted before the war to become an aircraft mechanic for the Army Air Corps. When war broke out on December 7th, his family was forcibly evacuated to Tule Lake. He volunteered for the MIS language school in Camp Savage, Minnesota. Hirabayashi joined the MIS and the famed Merrill's Marauders and served admirably as an intelligence specialist in the Burma campaign. He was installed in the Ranger Hall of Fame in 2004. Mr. Hirabayashi earned a degree in international relations at USC. He worked at the State Department, the Library of Congress, and the National Security Agency, and he was a lifetime member of JAVA. The Grant Hirabayashi Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Daniel Shintaku of Altadena, California. Daniel will be studying economics and political science at USC. He has been a member of the band, many clubs, and has served as a camp counselor. Daniel was also a member of the Honor Society. He's the son of JAVA member Michael Shintaku and the grandson of Takeso Shintaku of the MIS. Daniel wrote, "Receiving the JAVA scholarship means that even in death, my grandfather supports me on top of his service to his country. The farmland he tilled that was taken from him, his family, and the house they lost in the incarceration, his bravery to volunteer to fight for his country. All this has blessed me with so many more opportunities that he never had. It will give me the pride that my grandfather still watches over the little boy who watched Charlotte's Web with him." The Izuno Family Memorial Scholarship was established by the Izuno family to honor Dr. Takumi Izuno, who grew up on the Big Island of Hawaii. After Executive Order 9066 was issued, his father, a teacher, was incarcerated in Louisiana, while his family was sent to Camp Jerome in Arkansas, where Dr. Izuno finished his high school education. Later, he earned a bachelor's degree in agriculture education. He joined the MIS in 1951 and served in Korea. After he earned a PhD in plant genetics at the University of Minnesota, he taught at the University of Hawaii's Hilo campus. Later, he and his family traveled to Egypt, where he studied the effects of the Aswan Dam on irrigation and agriculture in the Nile River Basin. He continued as a consultant in Asia, Africa, South and Central America. Dr. Izuno was recognized for his contributions to international agriculture with the University of Minnesota's Outstanding Achievement Award. Dr. Izuno was also a lifetime JAVA member. The Izuno Family Memorial Scholarship in honor of Dr. Takumi Izuno is presented to Talene Sample of Denver, Colorado. Talene is planning to enter Brown University, where she will study political science and economics. She has been a research intern at the Amachi incarceration site. She has served on the Colorado Youth Advisory Council and earned a Girl Scout Gold Award. She was the editor of a school newspaper. Talene is the daughter of Elaine Sample, a JAVA member, and the great-grandniece of Howard Ogawa, an MIS veteran. Hideko, child of the sun. My middle name anchors me to my identity. It tastes like Spam musubi and mochi on New Year's Day. It sounds like the gentle wind chimes of my grandmother's laugh. It smells like garden shears and soy sauce and kitchen lemon soap. My first and last name tell different stories. They carry memories of different sounds and feelings and foods. But my middle name reminds me of the Hamamoto clan, my father's nickname for my maternal side. Though I now find beauty in my multiracial identity, I grew up defining myself in fractions. I am 1/4 Scot-Irish, 1/4 Armenian, and 1/2 Japanese. Now I've grown to understand that I do not need to earn the right to call myself a Japanese American. Colonel Jimmy Kanaya Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Kanaya was born in Oregon. His family was incarcerated at Minidoka Relocation Center in Idaho until the end of the war. Mr. Kanaya joined the 442nd and served as a medic. During fighting near Bifontaine, he was captured and held as a POW until the end of World War II. Later, Colonel Kanaya joined the MIS and served in post-war Japan. In fact, Colonel Kanaya served our country during 3 wars before he retired. He received a Silver Star, a Bronze Star with Valor, and 2 Oak Leaf Clusters during his 34 years of military service. Throughout his military service years, he also continued his education, earning a master's degree. The Colonel Jimmy Kanaya Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Kai Moriyama of Kaneohe, Hawaii. Kai is planning to attend USC, where he will study neuroscience. Kai was the valedictorian of his high school class. He is an Eagle Scout and earned a Youth Congressional Gold Medal. He has won numerous awards, participated in many clubs, and done many community service activities. He is a son of JAVA members and U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonels Heather and Richard Moriyama. Kai wrote that as my parents moved around the world for work, so did I. I found myself in Kentucky, Germany, and Hawaii, places where I slowly unearthed the meaning of my Japanese American roots. Although I lived in starkly different areas, my parents, both lieutenant colonels, remained unbiased with those they helped, that enabled me to see a representation beyond our Japanese American identity. They encapsulated the Japanese homage to a world more just, a world braver than yesterday. And in their stories, I developed my own. This memorial scholarship will allow me to pursue an education in which I can learn to combat persisting prejudice, inspire in others the opportunity to view the world through a non-discriminatory lens, and synthesize people's intentions, no matter how varied, into a concerted effort in making our community a home for everyone. Next, we have Chief Warrant Officer 4, Mitsugi M. Kasai Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Kasai was born in Utah and grew up on a farm in Idaho after he was adopted by the Kasai family. When World War II broke out, he joined the MIS and served nearly 30 years with Army intelligence. He had CIC, or Counterintelligence Corps training. He received the Army Commendation Medal and other honors. Kasai was a special agent in charge in many or most of his assignments throughout the world. After retiring from the military in 1973, Mr. Kasai returned to Utah. He was very interested in collecting and preserving stories and artifacts that reflected the lives of Japanese Americans. His extensive collections are preserved at the Mitsugi Kasai Memorial Japanese American Archives at the University of Utah. And the Kasai Memorial Scholarship is presented to Natalie Cypress of Washington, D.C. Natalie will be attending Oberlin College, where she plans to major in sociology. She is proud to say that she was a concert master of her high school orchestra, where she played first chair violin. Natalie has spent many years tutoring and teaching others. She is a granddaughter of Shigemitsu Nakashima of the MIS. Natalie says that receiving a Java Memorial Scholarship is a way to honor my grandfather and what he stood for: service to his country, a reverence for education, and a conviction that America is a nation made up of all colors and creeds. He went to war because he believed in this country and wanted to help defend it. Like my grandfather, I want to study sociology at college with a minor in music. I am, in a sense, following in his footsteps to better myself and hopefully one day to serve my community, to make this diverse America a better place. The Ben Kuroki Memorial Scholarship. Ben and his brother Fred grew up in Nebraska. They joined the Army during World War II. Ben was able to serve with the Army Air Corps, eventually achieving his dream of becoming a gunner. He persisted in his dream, despite many barriers that his country and his superior officers put in his path. Mr. Kuroki flew over 50 missions over Europe and in the Central Pacific Theater. He received 3 Distinguished Service Crosses during his time of service. Mr. Kuroki was highly respected as a veteran and spoke at many meetings and conferences. After leaving the military, he earned a journalism degree at the University of Nebraska and became the editor of several newspapers in Nebraska, Michigan, and California. The Ben Kuroki Memorial Scholarship is presented this year to Madeline Chun of New York City. Madeline is planning to study ethnicity, race, and migration at Yale University. She is an accomplished percussionist. She also was a member of her math team at school and played soccer, as well as doing many examples of community service. She's a great-granddaughter of Samuel Sakamoto of the 100th Battalion A Company. The mission of Java, says Madeline, is to preserve and promote the memory and legacy of Japanese American veterans. Winning this scholarship would be very meaningful to me because it would enhance my connection to my great-grandparents and would validate and encourage me as I continue my study of the Japanese American experience in college. I've learned a lot about the Nisei experience through my own research and learning about my family members' experiences. Next, we have the Vic and Teru Matsui Memorial Scholarship. Vic Matsui grew up in California. During World War II, his family was interned at Jerome in Arkansas. He joined the Army and earned the rank of Chief Warrant Officer II. He served in the Counterintelligence Corps. Later, Mr. Matsui worked many years for the U.S. State Department. His wife, Teru, often worked at the embassy nurse on their missions. They retired to Williamsburg, Virginia, where both Matsuis were active in the Williamsburg chapter of the Hearing Loss Association of America. Mr. Matsui was a longtime member of Java and often spoke about the Japanese American experience to local universities and organizations. And the Vic and Teru Matsui Memorial Scholarship is presented this year to Tricia Tanaka of San Gabriel, California. Tricia is going to UCLA, where she plans to study molecular biology. She plays the violin in her orchestra and participated in speech and debate and home economics groups. She's the daughter of Java member John Tanaka. As someone who is proud to call themselves Japanese American, Winning a Java Memorial Scholarship would be a reflection of my people who stood brave amongst hate, showed passion throughout doubt, and courage when faced with adversity. The 442nd Infantry and their legacy of patriotism and fearlessness encouraged me to be who I am and stand up for what I believe in despite any odds that I may face. A Java Memorial Scholarship would bring me an insurmountable amount of pride to know that decades later, I share a part of their legacy and their impact. Now we have the Colonel Virgil Miller Memorial Scholarship. Virgil Miller was born and grew up in Puerto Rico. After graduating from West Point Academy, he served as an Army officer, rising in rank in many places around the world, including New York, Wyoming, Alabama, Puerto Rico, and Hawaii. He served as the executive officer and later commanding officer of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team from the time they trained at Camp Shelby, Mississippi, and throughout its service time in Europe. He described it as the most satisfactory and rewarding of my 30 years of service. Colonel Miller admired the go for broke spirit exhibited by his boys and was thrilled to reunite with them on a trip to Hawaii in 1966. After retiring, Colonel Miller taught as a professor at University of Michigan and Lehigh University. And the Virgil Miller Scholarship is presented to Connor Mallinger of Honolulu, Hawaii, who will be attending Lehigh University and studying integrated engineering and business. Connor was his school newspaper editor. He was on the cross-country team and he was a student leader in many capacities. He established his own apparel brand and is chairman of that group. He is a great-grandson of Sadami Katahara, who served in the 100th and 442nd. Connor writes that in the famous picture of the 442nd in front of the Iolani Palace, my great-grandfather stands with his head held high, ready as all those men were to fight on the other side of the world in places he had never heard of, and if necessary, give his life for his country. He was not a coward, nor was he selfish. He set out to prove his loyalty to his home and bring honor to his family and community for generations to come. Winning a Java Scholarship would be an opportunity to honor the sacrifices my great-grandfather made for our country, family, and community, and continue to live out his legacy as I work to prepare myself for whatever the future might hold. By following his example and standards, I hope my efforts will have a reverberating impact akin to his. He lived for others, and I intend to do the same. The Robert Nakamoto Scholarship. Bob Nakamoto grew up in Sacramento, California. He was incarcerated with his family at Topaz. He served in the U.S. Air Force during the Korean War. Later, Mr. Nakamoto earned a Bachelor of Arts degree at Cal State University in Sacramento. Mr. Nakamoto and his family settled in Leesburg, Virginia. He served on many corporate boards at the state and national levels. He was owner and CEO of several companies, including Armor and Base Technologies. Bob Nakamoto proudly and ably served as Java president for many years. He was also a member of the JACL. And the Bob Nakamoto Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Ms. Julia Pillay. She is attending the U.S. Naval Academy and plans to get a degree in STEM and engineering. She hails from Richmond, Virginia. Julia was an AP scholar and a Wolford Scholar and earned many other awards at her school. She participated on track and soccer teams, did many jobs, and as well as community service. Julia was a member of the JACL and is a member of Java member Stephen Pillay. Julia wrote, I'm a hardworking individual that believes that motivation comes from within. Attitude is pivotal. Self-development never stops, and trust and respect is crucial in a team. I believe that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. I want to enhance my leadership skills as I dream of motivating and inspiring others as a naval officer. I yearn to live a life of significance, excellence, and service. As my generation takes the reins on social issues, we become the caretakers for this world and our fellow humans within it. I will strive to stay involved with Java and other Japanese American groups and work towards greater social justice and equality for Asian Americans, other minority groups, and all people. The Betty Shima Memorial Scholarship was established to honor Betty Shima, the beloved wife of Terry Shima, a 442nd Infantry veteran and founding member of Java. Betty and Terry grew up on the Big Island of Hawaii. She worked at the Lapahoehoe Sugar Company and the Hilo Tax Office before marrying Terry and moving with him to Maryland, where they raised 2 children. Betty was active in her church and community, serving as deacon and treasurer of the Geneva Presbyterian Church in Potomac, Maryland. She was also a volunteer with the Red Cross and Meals on Wheels. She was known as a talented artist in the areas of calligraphy, ikebana, and photography. The Betty Shima Memorial Scholarship is presented to Miss Rena Mock of Campbell, California. Rena will be attending the University of California at Davis and studying food sciences. She played basketball and badminton and was a member of the Young Buddhist Association. She was a Girl Scout and also dabbled in art. She's the granddaughter of Thomas Owe, who served with the 442nd 3rd Battalion. Rena says that she sat there dumbstruck as other students asked me what Japanese American internment camps were. I asked myself, how could high schoolers still not know about this? I personally dug deeper into my ancestors' history and learned more about my great-grandfather's service in the 442nd Infantry. I hope to carry on his legacy by standing up for my culture through spreading knowledge. Although I never had the chance to meet my great-grandfather, through this scholarship, I'm able to view his life in a different perspective, which has really opened my eyes to his courageous life. The Orville and Maud Shirey Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Shirey was the SR Regimental Intelligence Officer for the 442nd 100th Battalion for the duration of their service during World War II. After the war, he wrote of the Nisei soldiers in a book titled Americans, the Story of the 442nd Combat Team. Mr. Shirey's son said of him that serving with the 442nd was the proudest and most rewarding experience in his lifetime. One 442 veteran said the Major Shirey was held in high respect by the men and officers for his intelligence, honesty, integrity, and devotion to duty. After the war, Major Shirey established a career in direct marketing and consulting. Mrs. Maud Shirey also grew up in Cumberland, Maryland. She received a bachelor's degree in English literature from Western Maryland College. She worked in New York City as a radio engineer for Voice of America and the Armed Forces Radio until the end of the war. She served on the founding boards of Grace Episcopal Day School and her church's Pennyworth shop. The Shireys called Silver Spring, Maryland, home. And the Orville and Maud Shirey Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Jack Radovich. Jack lives in Tacoma, Washington, and he will be attending the University of Notre Dame to major in mechanical engineering. He also has earned an Army ROTC scholarship. He has provided mentorship to many young people. He has been a camp and club leader and enjoys many outdoor activities. Jack is the son of Kei Wakatake, a longtime Java member and a member of the United States Army. Jack recalls that his brother and he were privileged to march with Java in the National Memorial Day Parade in Washington, D.C. At the front of the Java marchers, we carried the Go for Broke banner along the sweltering hot asphalt parade route, 2 miles long. My skinny 8-year-old arms barely held up by the time we got to Constitution Avenue. But I knew that the message I was holding was far more important than my own comfort. So I persevered. Along the way, I thought about the stories I learned about the Nisei veterans like Joe Sakato. I envisioned my own future as a freshman at the University of Notre Dame, going through my paces as an ROTC cadet. As I joined the U.S. Army, I will stand on the shoulders of people like my mother, Joe Sakato, and the Nisei veterans who served not just in World War II, but ever since. A Java scholarship is an honor that will help me follow in the Nisei's footsteps and continue to pave the path for future generations of Japanese Americans. And there are our 2022 scholars, all 16 of them. And you have to agree with me, they're quite amazing young people.
Ladies and gentlemen, please unmute yourselves and award the recipients of the 2022 Java Memorial Scholarship at this time. I would like now to individually recognize our scholarship award winners and allow them to introduce themselves and provide their own remarks. The recipient of the Memorial Scholarship honoring the late U.S. Senator Daniel K. Inouye goes to Miss Kira Hirayama from Hawaii. Kira?
Hi, my name is Kira Hirayama, and in the fall, I will be finishing or continuing in my second year as a doctorate of nursing practice student at Case Western Reserve University. I quickly just wanted to say thank you so much to Java organization and to the Inouye family for your generosity and support in my pursuit for higher education. It's an honor to be receiving this scholarship that celebrates Senator Inouye's legacy as a Japanese American trailblazer. I will continue to work hard and improve the healthcare systems with the accomplishments of Senator Inouye and my grandfather, Robert Hirayama, at mind and heart. And I just wanted to say congratulations and good luck to the other scholarship recipients as well.
The Java Founder Scholarship was awarded to Miss Elizabeth Uno from California. Miss Uno?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon and good morning to those of you who are lucky enough to be in Hawaii. Congratulations to all of the other scholarship recipients, and thank you so much to again the Java organization, and of course to Chris and the scholarship committee, and to the Ishio family. Thank you so much for helping me on my way to get my Master of Public Policy at the Goldman School of Public Policy at UC Berkeley. It's also just an honor. I know both of my grandparents really our grandfathers stressed the importance of education, and I know that they're looking down today and smiling. So thank you all for your time, and really appreciate the honor.
The Kyoko Tsuboi Topkin Legacy Scholarship is awarded to Miss Nicole Tanaka from California. Miss Nicole Tanaka.
Hey everyone. So my name is Nicole, and I'm going to be going to UCLA in the fall to study design media arts. I'm hoping to pursue a career in like film and graphic design. And I just wanted to thank you all for this opportunity. I'm super excited to be here today, and being able to pursue this career path in the arts is a dream of mine. And that would not be possible without your help. And for that, I cannot thank you enough. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you for your time.
The recipient of the Momari'i Memorial Scholarship is Miss Madeline Doi from California. Miss Madeline Doi.
Hi, I'm Madeline. I'm super excited to attend UCLA in the fall as well, majoring in bioengineering. I'm super honored to receive this award, and I'd just like to thank Java and the scholarship committee and all of the Japanese American veterans who have served and given me this opportunity today. And thanks again, and congratulations to all the other recipients.
The recipient of the Dr. Mirko Bugliani Memorial Scholarship in honor of Paul Sakamoto was awarded to Mr. Raisen Ujimori from Hawaii. Raisen Ujimori.
So I apologize. I'm his mom, Cindy. Raisen is currently in Utah playing summer ball, and they're about to start a baseball game. So he just wanted me to pass on a message. He's going to be a freshman at UC San Diego in the fall. And we just wanted to thank Dr. Bugliani and Chairwoman Chris, along with Java, for believing in Raisen. He promises to continue to work hard in school while always giving back to his community. We will never forget the sacrifices of all Japanese American veterans, like his great uncle, Katsumi Komitani. He promises to do his best and make Java proud and continue the legacy of all Japanese Americans. Thank you.
The recipient of the Carolyn Namie Furumoto Scholarship, a proud military spouse, is awarded to Miss Claire Nelson from California. Miss Claire Nelson?
Hello, my name is Claire Nelson, and I will be majoring in clinical nutrition at UC Davis. On behalf of my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Carolyn Furumoto, her husband Tak Furumoto, Java, and the scholarship committee for bestowing this very special scholarship to me. I'm so proud to accept this scholarship that honors the sacrifices, selflessness, and commitment of all military spouses. Congratulations to my fellow recipients. I wish you all the best. Thank you again for this tremendous honor and reminding all of us of the legacy of not only these brave members, but the family members that supported them. Thank you.
Recipient of the Ranger Grant Hirabayashi Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Mr. Daniel Shintaku from California. Mr. Daniel Shintaku?
Hello, I'm Daniel Shintaku. I'll be attending USC in the fall for a philosophy, politics, and economics degree. I would like to thank President Gerald Yamada and the Java organization and the chairwoman, Chris DeRosa, and the scholarship committee for awarding me this scholarship. I really appreciate the support that comes from you and from my family. And yeah, thank you once again.
The recipient of the Colonel Jimmy Kanaya Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Mr. Kai Moriyama from Hawaii. Mr. Kai Moriyama?
Hi everyone, my name is Kai and I'm also attending USC in the fall and I'm very excited for that. I just want to thank Java for believing in me, believing in my goals and investing in me. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
The recipient of the Mitsui Kasai Scholarship in honor of Chief Foreign Officer for Mitsui Kasai is awarded to Miss Natalie Cypress from Washington, D.C. Miss Natalie Cypress?
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I will be attending Oberlin College in Ohio in the fall. I just want to thank the family of Masuki Kasai and the Java organization. It just feels like another way I'm connected to my grandfather and just how much honor I feel for this scholarship. Thank you.
The recipient of the Victor and Teru Matsui Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Miss Tricia Tanaka from California. Miss Tricia Tanaka?
Hi, my name is Trisha Tanaka and I'm from San Gabriel, California. I will be attending UCLA in the fall. Thank you to Java and the Matsui family for their time and this opportunity. I really enjoyed applying and it's allowed me to reflect more on the bravery of Japanese Americans and how their contribution to the country has helped me become the person I am today. Thank you again and congrats to the other recipients. This is an honor.
The recipient of the Colonel Virgil R. Miller Scholarship is awarded to Mr. Connor Mallinger from Hawaii. Mr. Connor Mallinger.
Hey everybody, as was mentioned, I'm Connor. I will be going to Lehigh University in just a couple weeks where I'll be competing in cross country and track and plan on majoring in integrated business and engineering with focus in marketing. I'd like to thank Java and the Miller family in particular for your generosity and this unique privilege and honor of being the recipient of this scholarship. And I'm only growing to appreciate what my great grandfather and all the Japanese Americans, veterans in particular, have done for us all. And I hope to continue that precedent. So congratulations to everybody and all the best.
Recipient of the Betty Shima Memorial Scholarship, a lifelong partner and veteran spouse of Terry Shima, is awarded to Miss Rena Mock from California. Miss Rena Mock?
Hi everyone, I'm honored to be receiving the Betty Shima Scholarship Award. Thank you to the Java organization and the Shima family for providing this opportunity. It really gave me a chance to learn more about my family's history and give me a better appreciation of the hard work and effort that they put into their lives. Behind me is the 1,000 paper crane piece that I talk about in my essay. I created it to be the United States flag to bring awareness of the Asian American hate that has been prominent in our society. Secondly, I use this project as a way of educating others on Japanese culture by teaching my classmates and friends how to fold these cranes. I look forward to spreading my cultural awareness in my college years at UC Davis. Thank you again, and congratulations to all the other recipients.
The recipient of the Major Orville Marge Shirey Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Mr. Jack Radovich from Washington. Mr. Jack Radovich.
I'm Jack Radovich. I'll be attending University of Notre Dame in the fall and studying mechanical engineering. I want to say a big thank you to the Java organization as well as the Major Shirey family for supporting my education at Notre Dame. And it's great to see so many familiar faces and names here in this Zoom call. And I would like to say a big congratulations to all the other recipients of awards.
Thank you. I would like now to introduce Julia Pillay from Virginia, the recipient of the Bob Nakamoto Memorial Scholarship. She is unable to make today's presentation, but graciously provided a video for appreciation to our attendees.
Hi, my name is Julia Pillay. I apologize for being unable to attend this award ceremony in person. I'm currently at the Naval Academy in the middle of our 7-week-long boot camp. So right now I'll probably be doing push-ups and getting yelled at. Nonetheless, please accept my sincerest thanks and gratitude for your generosity through the Java Memorial Scholarship honoring the Nisei veterans. I am deeply honored and humbled that I have been awarded this prestigious gift, and your generosity is allowing me to make my goals and dreams a reality. One day, I look forward to the opportunity to give back to the Java community and help other Japanese American students achieve their goals as well. Thank you again, and go Navy.
Thank you. Go Army. Just kidding, not really. Now I'd like to introduce Madeline Chun from New York, the recipient of the Sergeant Ben Kuroki Memorial Scholarship, who is unable to make it today as well, but would like to express her appreciation of her grandfather, Samuel Sakamoto.
Hi, my name is Madeline Chun, and I'm honored to be the recipient of a Java Memorial Scholarship. I'm so grateful to Java for their support in my education and for enhancing my connection to my great-grandfather, Samuel Sakamoto, who served in the 100th Infantry Battalion. From listening to stories about my great-grandparents and studying World War II, I have learned about the incredible service and heroism of their generation of Japanese Americans, and also about the tremendous personal struggles that they persevered through. I just graduated from LaGuardia High School for the Arts in New York City, and in the fall I will be attending Yale University to study issues dealing with ethnicity, race, and migration. Thank you. Hi.
If there's any scholarship honoree who I've missed, I respectfully apologize. Please unmute yourself at this time, and now's the opportunity to provide your remarks. Good. At this time, I would like to introduce Georgette A. Furukawa. Georgette is a Shin Nisei from Honolulu, Hawaii. She comes with over 20 years of trisectorial experience in business, government, and nonprofit sectors with Sony, Portland, General Electric, Lieutenant Governor Mazie Hirono, Congressman Neil Abercrombie, Obama and Biden administrations, and the U.S.-Japan Council. She is currently the Director of Public Engagement for the Federal Permitting Improvement Steering Council in Washington, D.C. Georgette enjoys mentoring future leaders, who she calls her little siblings. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Georgette Furukawa.
Thank you, sir. Aloha, my name is Georgette Furukawa, and I'm incredibly honored and humbled to be here with you today. Please allow me to start off with the usual appointee ethics preamble. I am here today in my personal capacity. What is said here today are my personal views and not of the administration or my position. Distinguished guests, members of Java, and generous scholarship donors and their respective families, Java scholarship recipients and families, thank you for all you do for our community and the opportunity to join you in celebrating our future leaders. I'm here today thanks to the generous invitation from Dr. Cynthia Macquarie, who recently created the Zuno Family Java Scholarship. She asked that I rile up the youth in 2 minutes, which I will go a little over, I'm sorry, and so here I go. So one of my favorite sayings is, "Kodomo wa oya no senaka o mite sudatsu," which means children grow up, by watching the backs of their parents. We are reminded today from the stories and experiences of our Japanese American veterans, families, and community of how extremely blessed we are to learn from their service, sacrifice, gaman, honor, and valor. Our opportunities and successes are thanks to those who have come before us. Our elders and communities have created a strong foundation and launching pad for us. So the question becomes, how are we going to be that launching pad for future generations to come? And if you're wondering if I'm about to give you homework, I am your JJ's sister. Of course I am. At least it's not sotoban or, heaven forbid, packets of kumon homework, right? No? Anybody? No? All right, here we go. Number one, unless you're a cat, don't put yourself in a box if you don't have to be in a box. Two, find your path. It's okay not to have a 3 to 5 year plan. If it works, if that works for you, totally awesome. If it does not, know that it's not, that's okay. I learned from my experiences to go with where the winds of the universe take me. And I think I'm doing okay. Trust that your path is being created toward an amazing future you cannot even imagine. Once you let go of control and trust in the process, windows and doors will start opening up for you. And I know this for a fact from my own life. Work not only on your professional self, but your personal self as well. It is key to grow internally as a human being simultaneously to your professional life. In order to do that, read, and read. Learn about human nature, learn about life, learn about leadership, learn about who you are, and heal your own limiting beliefs. I have many favorite authors like Barbara Stanley, Simon Sinek, Malcolm Gladwell, but the book I always recommend to my mentees is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I have been reading it for almost 20 years now at every juncture of my life, and I always learn something new every time. Number 4, whenever you hit a difficult time in your life, stop, reflect, and think of it as being in the Pokemon Training Center. It's an opportunity to get closer to your own fully empowered self. Think, what am I supposed to learn from this situation? How can I grow from it with grace and gratitude? And 5, above all, stay humble. Always think of how you can make a difference and pay it forward. No matter what profession you are in, no matter how seemingly small your contribution may seem in your own eyes, it's all about where your heart is. Congratulations again, 2022 Java Scholarship recipients. We wish you great success and lots of fun as you embark on your many adventures to come. And I am always, and I mean this, always here to chat or be a shoulder to cry on in the middle of the night. And I definitely have done that. So I am going to put in my LinkedIn profile in the Zoom chat. So please connect with me. Let me know where we met. It does truly take a village, and I will always have time for you. Thank you so much again, and congratulations. Omedetou gozaimasu.
Thank you, Georgette. Our esteemed donors and their family members are valuable in making our scholarship awards program possible. I would like to introduce and thank our sponsors who are present: Dr. Matthew Ma, Mr. Tak Furumoto, Ms. Cynthia Macri, Mr. Vincent Matsui, Mr. Bob Volkak, and Mr. Bob Nakamoto, who would like to personally congratulate our scholarship award winners. I will now introduce individually our charitable donors, family member, or Ohana. Dr. Matthew Ma.
All right. Hi, my name is Matthew Ma. Just want to thank the members of Java for their tremendous work. I'm honored to award a scholarship in the name of my late grandfather, Mummery, who served in the 442nd. And I myself was fortunate to win the Daniel K. Memorial Scholarship in 2014. I want to congratulate Madeline and all our distinguished scholarship winners today on such a tremendous achievement. And as you guys continue to achieve great things, please try to give back to our community. And congratulations again, and we're looking forward to all your bright futures.
Mr. Tak Furumoto. Thank you, Matthew.
Can you hear me? Yeah. My name is Tak Furumoto. I'm a camp survivor, Turtle Lake segregation camp, and also I'm a Vietnam vet. I served there 1970, 1971. I was so nice to hear from all these recipients today. I felt 60 years younger today. Thank you very much. I want to say one thing. All of us are led by our parents, and it's so important. I know my father was a migrant farmer at age 14, attended segregated school in Florence, Sacramento, California. Yet he never lost the focus for give us education to focus on realizing our American dream. And for the future, for the recipients, I want you to do the same because you have nothing to lose by dreaming big. Also, today, I would like to thank and honor my wife, who had really nursed me and helped me when I came back from Vietnam with PTSD in Agent Orange. And without her helping me, I might be still in New York City at the homeless. And I want her to say a few words of wisdom to the recipients. Carolyn, please.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Claire. I'm glad you won one of the scholarships. And I'd like to congratulate all the scholarship winners. I hope you have a good experience at UC Davis. Growing up in LA, I did go to Santa Monica City College and I graduated from UC Northridge. And I guess the word to mention is that my parents always said, gaman, tough it out. So that'll get you through the tough times. And congratulations again to everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am and sir. Dr. Cynthia Macri.
Thank you, thank you, Jason. Oh. Anyway, I also would like to congratulate the recipients and just the small degrees of separation. I'm from Hilo, Hawaii as well, and but lived overseas most of my life. So I really felt a lot of connection to many of you. And to Connor, I am a Lehigh University graduate, and I go up there at least twice a year for the Lehigh soccer alumni game. So I will be checking up on you. You have a mom on the East Coast. So this has been a very uplifting ceremony, and I do want to say one thing to the recipients. I feel like Georgette mentioned, I feel very strongly that our future is in good hands. You have looked at, and I think the application for the scholarship at least has inspired you in some ways to look at your past and to see that many of our family members were actually incarcerated in camps. So let that just sink in for a second, right? These are US born US citizens who lost many things and put into camps, right? So you lost your freedoms, you lost your rights, you lost your security, besides possessions, etc., right? So as many of you mentioned in your essays, this is not something that we should be taking for granted, right? Our freedom, our ability to choose. These are things that they may be fragile, but I feel from listening to you and reading your applications, etc., that our future is in good hands. So your vigilance, your optimism, just keep moving forward and don't lose sight of the past, so that it really doesn't keep repeating itself. So congratulations, and Connor, go Lehigh, and also for Julia, go Navy, and congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Vincent Matsui.
Hi, everybody. My name is Vince Matsui. I'm the son of Victor and Taro Matsui, for whom we congratulate Trish Tanaka and the other award recipients. You are quite an impressive crowd, and we send our congratulations to you. I do want to also thank Java for what I recognize to be a tremendous undertaking in the selection and administration of these programs. Given now we're talking 16 scholarships, You have arrived at a very impressive pool of scholarship winners, and I want to thank you for really supporting one of the bedrock beliefs, I believe, of Japanese Americans, which is the importance of education for the next generation. Donating the money is the easy part. The administration and the execution of these scholarship programs is truly the heavy lifting. And for that, as one of the donor families, I want to thank you. When I heard that Tricia was attending UCLA, I told Neat Ford that I thought that was a particularly auspicious winner in that she was going to UCLA. 80 years ago, my father began his education at UCLA. Unfortunately, his experience was immediately truncated because of the war and because of the family's incarceration. 12 years ago, UCLA awarded my father and 73 other Japanese Americans honorary degrees in recognition of their sacrifice during the war. And to me, upon learning of Tricia's plans to matriculate, along with, I understand, Nicole and Madeline's plans to attend USLA, I felt like the circle has we've come around full circle. In other words, we get to see yet another generation fulfill their promises at UCLA. And that just feels particularly special for us this year. So in conclusion, to all the scholarship graduates, continue to make us proud. Ganbatte kudasai. To Java, thank you. And finally, go Bruins.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Bob Volkak.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bob Vokak, and I am one of the grandsons of Colonel Virgil Miller. First, I'd like to say on behalf of his 6 grandchildren, how pleased and how proud we are to be able to participate and to be able to offer one of the memorial scholarships. It truly is gratifying to participate in such an important activity. We also would like to take this opportunity to recognize and congratulate all of the scholarship recipients today and wish all of you the very best of luck in your future studies. Now, Cynthia has already spoken with Connor. I'm going to speak with Connor as well here. Connor, I'm going to say, enjoy Lehigh and please keep in touch. And of course, go Mountain Hawks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Engineers. It was the Lehigh Engineers when we went there.
I know they've changed.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Robert Nakamoto.
Hello, I'm Robert Nakamoto, also known as Steve. My middle name is Steven, so my family would often call me Steve. So people know me by both Robert and Steve. And I'm the son of Bob Nakamoto, who, as you know, is president of Java and a Korean War veteran. And I would like, on behalf of my late father, Bob Nakamoto, and the Nakamoto family and all the associated families, I'd like to thank Java for putting this on. And I'd like to thank Chris and Jason for all the complex names and keeping that moving. That's very professional. Wish we could give you an award or something, but maybe we'll send you something for Christmas. And I think the big thing I'd like to say is listening to Terry's briefing just about the sacrifice of past service people, whether it was Colonel Miller or Ben Kuroki, just all these challenges they went through. It's very humbling, whether it was in World War II or Korea or Vietnam, or even today we have members of Java serving on the front lines, like my nephew, Michael, who is in the US Marine Corps. So we need to keep supporting our veterans. I think Terry Shima has a great idea that the spouses often, I think they sacrifice maybe sometimes more than those of us who are deployed. And I think my father, he would have been so proud to have the scholarship go to somebody at the Naval Academy. So we just pray God's blessings on Miss Julia as she's going there. We're praying the heat's not too bad up there in Maryland, and they don't have her do too many push-ups. And for Jack, thank you for serving our country in the Army. I'm a military academy graduate like Colonel Miller. And it was just such a blessing to hear about all these veterans who not only served on the battlefield, but after they got out of the military, whether like Colonel Miller going on to be a college professor, or people went into medicine, industry, farming. It's just such an honor to be part of this organization. So for all the graduates, I was so impressed, glad to see a lot of violinists. I play fiddle, which is another Tennessee name for the violin. Sometimes I play violin, mostly fiddle. But it's good to see that, like other people were saying, we have this great heritage. Our ancestors sacrificed to come here, whether they came from Japan or from Europe or other countries. Most of us are not full-blooded, whatever we started out with. And so we need to pass that on. And I'm just so grateful to Almighty God that the recipients are such high-quality people. And I know that there's great things planned for you, and that you'll accomplish great things. There's many challenges we can see in the economy and political and military fronts, but I just have a feeling that that we're going to make it okay, even though we may have some challenging times. So thank you once again to all of you. And I'd like to especially thank my Uncle Ed for attending. When I looked at Uncle Ed, it kind of reminded me of my dad. And that was very comforting. So thank you, Uncle Ed, for being here. God bless you all.
Thank you, Steve. Sorry, sir. And we'll be followed by Miss Julie Sushio, who left a pre-recorded message for our group.
To Java, the recipients of this year's scholarships, and esteemed guests. My father, Colonel Sanao Phil Ishio, would be very proud of Java and how it's continuing to fulfill the mission the founders put forth at its inception. This scholarship program was dear to him, not only because it was established in honor of our brother, but also because education was so important to him. His own college education at Waseda and University of Utah was cut short due to World War II and his service in military intelligence. But he was able to graduate and complete his master's work at Georgetown. This was after the war and while working during the day. I remember him studying on the weekends. In the summertime, it would be on the lawn, and in the wintertime, it would be on the dining room table. My sister and I would like to thank Java for their diligent work in organizing the scholarship program each year and making the hard final choices of recipients. And finally, congratulations to you, Elizabeth, for your years of hard work, dedication, and focus. My father was very proud to be American. He was very interested in our government, its workings, and its policies. I'm sure he's happy knowing the scholarship will be helping you further your education in this very important field. My sister and I wish you all the best in your future.
Thank you, ma'am. We'd now like to, next slide, please. Would also like to thank our Java Scholarship Committee, Chairwoman, Ms. Krista Rosa, Captain Cynthia Macri, Ms. Dawn Arlenberger, Major Kay Izumihara, Lieutenant Colonel Bob Volkak, and Ms. Neat Ford. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Outstanding. If there's anyone in our audience who I've missed and desires to speak, please feel free to unmute yourself. Awesome, thank you. Next slide, please.
So Jason, can I also thank the committee? Because without the committee, they devoted many, many hours reading over 40 applications thoroughly, essays, transcripts, reviewing transcripts and looking at the applications, as well as a list of their activities and work experiences. Without them, this would not have been possible. So thank you, everybody. Also, great thanks to Mary Murakami, Terry Shima, and Georgette Furukawa for taking time out to prepare remarks for everyone here today. Gerald Yamada, Java President, your support has meant a lot to all of us and to me personally. Howard High, our Vice President, technical genius, makes all of this possible. And Jason was a fabulous MC today, as well as last year. He serves on the Java board as well. So big thank you to all of them. And don't forget Neat Ford. She was not officially on the Java Scholarship Committee, but as executive director, she helps put everything together. So thank you, Neat.
Great job, Chris.
Thank you.
Outstanding, one team. Thank you very much for taking the time to attend our annual event. The Japanese American Veterans Association is your organization with many purposes: educating the American public on the Japanese American experience during World War II, preserving and strengthening camaraderie among its members, perpetuating the memory and history of our departed comrades, and striving to obtain the benefits and entitlements for veterans and their families as families serve too. Please stay informed on our website at www.java-us.org, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, I encourage you all to keep us updated. Please keep us updated. Have a phenomenal rest of your weekend, and please stay healthy and safe. Thank you.
Aloha, everyone.
Hey. Bye-bye. God bless y'all.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, awesome job.
Good luck to all our scholars. We're so excited for you. And thank you to the families.
気をつけてね。
Oh, okay.